So we're here on board Fika with the first mother and daughter team in the Osaka Cup, which is pretty cool. Annette and Sophie, thanks for having us here.
Oh, no worries.
That's pretty cool. So first question, it's amazing to see the first mother and daughter team participating in the Melbourne to Osaka Cup. What's the inspiration behind you and Sophie entering together?
What do you think, sir? Well, I suppose I was the instigator for this. So I had done the Melbourne to Osaka back in 2018 and really wanted to do it again. And the coast skipper is one of the most important parts of the Melbourne to Osaka because many a yacht arrives in Japan and the coast skippers go in opposite directions. So that was really important to me. And Sophie and I had sailed back from Japan together and we just sail. I suppose being mother and daughter, we know each other really well and it's pretty harmonious out on the water together. So Soph was my first choice.
Oh, great. Okay.
Did I answer the question?
That's good, I reckon. So, what boat did you do it on last time?
I did it on a Radford 12.2 called Red Jacket.
Oh, that's the boat from the adding not delivery video, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good. Would have been silly if I made a gamble on that. That was the video that I found your channel. Because that is so cool.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. So can you tell us more about this boat? You have a fantastic sailing school called Paper Sailors Rock. So I assume the boat was selected sort of since the design can fulfill that part of the sailing school and also do this kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I bought Fika with Paper Sailors Rock in mind. And when I was starting the business and I wanted a good blue water yacht that I could take people on sailing adventures and convert them to the cruising lifestyle. So Fika's a Naiad 490. She's 15 meters long, designed by Judel Brolick in 2001. She was launched, and she's very much a cruising yacht, a cutter rig. But like we've done now 2 races in her, and we came first on performance handicap in the double-handed division for the Sydney to Hobart. So she also performs really well as well for a cruising yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So as a competitor in 2018, what lessons did you learn that will help you this time around?
It's a really long way to Japan by boat. So patience and self-discipline, I think, and just perseverance to get there. I think it's really important to nurture the boat. There's that fine balance between pushing and racing, but knowing that it's also an endurance event and it's a long way. Have really good bean bags to be comfortable. So just how important your coast skipper. I suppose even in saying that though, it's really a solo race, and we come together for meals and things.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty special race, and it's life changing.
Or it's a lot.
So it's a long way. Yeah.
Do any moments stand out from the 2018 race as like the stories you tell over and over and over?
I think at that time, in the 2018 race, Red Jacket, our yacht, was having a love affair with Maverick, which is a Sunfast 36.
Yes, I sailed that boat.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So it was just incredible that, after a couple of thousand miles, you could come to within 1 or 2 nautical miles of another competitor. And when we got to Osaka Bay, 5 of us arrived there at the same time, which was and then we raced that last 70 miles. It was like the horse in the home paddock in a gale warning getting up to Hoko Yacht Club. So that just stands out for me. That's such a long race. And you can be at times, hundreds and hundreds of miles apart and then come together.
Yeah.
But I think the whole race sort of became one where you just fall into this really lovely rhythm out in the ocean, and that's so special. And just
I think George said, the race organizer, when I interviewed him, that Chinese Whisper and the SMS 34 had the same thing. Like, they were who was going to finish first.
Yeah.
But they're so different, the boats.
Yeah. And started a couple of weeks apart.
And still ending up at the same time.
Yeah.
So I've got the same question to everyone so far. Do you think about how deep the water is out in the Pacific? Because the course sort of goes over the Mariana Trench, which is 11 kilometers deep. And George said he was working up his mast and he dropped something and it's now in the bottom of the Mariana. Like there's only this much fiberglass and then 11K.
Yeah.
It's a long way down.
Yeah, there's a long way to think, oh, yeah, how much water's underneath here, and to think that you're to this tiny little thing bobbing on the surface, it is pretty wild, yeah.
We did, we sailed on the way back.
We did sail over
what
the
were you up
Mariana Trench
for?
as well, yeah. Yeah, it was quite incredible, just, I guess, wondering what on earth is down there.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't need to think about that. So do you think this boat has any particular sort of strengths or weaknesses compared to the other boats in the fleet? Like it's definitely more comfortable for the crew compared to the other boat we've been on so far, the Japanese boats. This is a lot more
Open
comfortable.
40s, yeah. Oh, look, I think Fika's strengths are that she's a really sea kindly, a really good heavy weather boat, and good, anything from a close reach to running, like she does really well if we've got good strong winds. Her downside is that she's quite heavy. She's 19 tons. So in those really light conditions is when we struggle. She's also a shoal draft, drawing 2 meters. So close hauled sailing, we don't do too badly, but we just probably make a bit more leeway than the average yacht with a full fin keel. So what do you think so?
Yeah, I suppose, she might be heavy and she's definitely a cruising yacht, but it is a long race, and, I suppose comfort is also a huge thing that will keep you going as well, and to get some good rest. So I think she's a perfect ocean going vessel for this, and she might not be a performance vessel, but I know we can get her going. So yeah.
And then you look at what the Omokas in France are trying to do and enclose the cockpit.
Exactly.
We will take the Bimini down for racing.
Yeah, that's we saw hungry in the Doldrums because of when we run out of wind, the Bimini's coming back up.
Definitely shade's important. So yeah.
So Sophia and her partner Slim have built up a seriously impressive YouTube channel over the past 4 years or so. And your recent episode about the 2024 Hobart was one of the best sailing videos of the year.
Oh wow, well, that's so cool.
I thought it was me. It was so good. Like there's one bit where like you're watching out the back corner and you're like focused on the wave, like through the rail, and then like pull it back. And I'm like, well, how do you do that? Like it's awesome. Like, can you give us an insight into how much work goes into making each episode?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's a full-time job for sure. I suppose with the lifestyle of sailing, you never have normal weekdays as well. You don't have a regular Monday to Friday, so you really are just trying to make it work when you've got a spare moment of time to edit. So yeah, it's pretty full on trying to squeeze it all in while also sailing, and obviously grabbing content is a huge part of the job as well. So yeah, I would say it's probably a 5 to 6 day job. But it's something that I love doing, and I suppose half of that is grabbing content and filming, and that's the funnest part.
And then the other half of the computer.
Yeah. So
Yes. All right. Thank you. Then what are the keys to success for someone wanting to succeed on YouTube?
consistency is a huge factor. I suppose just being yourself and
Perseverance.
perseverance. Yeah, that's a
To
good
get
one.
those, you start with zero audience, and then to build it up to now nearly 50,000 subscribers and things. It's like sometimes you must feel like you don't want to, like, what am I doing this for?
Determination and perseverance to keep at it, because sometimes you do feel like what are you doing it for? But opportunities do come from it. So.
Yeah, it's like 11:30 at night and you're like at the computer and tired and this is rubbish. It's fine out.
And when you
Many late nights,
hard drives
hard drives per up doing this. That's thousands of dollars.
and drones in the water. No cameras yet though. Have you dropped a camera in the water?
A boat. I don't know how you do it on a boat. That's a whole nother level of like complexity.
Yeah, lots of salt damage camera gear, that's for sure. Yeah,
Oh, okay. You'll be making videos about the Osaka.
of
Think?
course. Yeah.
So would you agree that there's a clear pathway for people to sort of upskill through sailing schools such as yours now? And there's never really been a better time to begin sailing, if you think about it, because sort of before you had to get the sort of right friends of the club and sort of find your way onto boats. But now I was looking at your website this morning and there's like a clear step-by-step way to get to this, really.
Yeah. Ask me the question again, though.
a good time to start sailing if you
Oh,
people right.
absolutely. And I would find that probably almost half of the people that come aboard are YouTube followers, and they've just been really inspired by YouTubers. And some people have bought boats, but people tend to buy bigger boats than probably what they should for a beginning sailor. So they're wanting to learn to sail that boat with plans to sail around the world or sail the Pacific or sail the Queensland coast. But yeah, it is. And it's just lovely to see all ages and all genders getting out on the water. And, I really hope, I love supporting and inspiring people to sail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Do you have a plan to stop sort of anywhere interesting on the way back? There's obviously these remote communities all the way to Japan. You've probably already been there.
Well, we did. We stopped at a few places, and what stood out for us was Micronesia. And there's a beautiful Japanese island called Chichishima, which we stopped at. So that's a definite first port of call on the way south. We were hoping to take a slightly different route and possibly try and get a bit further east and then come down maybe through the Marshall Islands or just something different to what we did last time. So it's very weather dependent. We had toyed with the idea of sailing across to Alaska and to Canada, but unfortunately time, like with aging parents and work commitments, it's not the right time. But if we could, that would definitely be the way we'd go.
You could have seen the people from The Deadliest Catch while you're there.
Okay. So yeah, but no, we'll definitely some of the Japanese islands, and we'll just do some island hopping along the way and take a few months to get back. So yeah.
Well, that'll be good.
Yep.
So we understand Fika is a Swedish reference to the word, a reference to the Swedish word for enjoying a social break with a snack. So what will be the snack?
Ooh. We make a lot of bliss balls on boards and chocolate brownies. So that, I think, we both really enjoy cooking while we're sailing. So it sort of breaks up. Sometimes you just want to get out of the wind and the weather and things. So we tend to do lots of cooking. So omelets.
All sorts of things. All good food.
So definitely something with chocolate in it. Yeah. Chocolate brownies we have to make. Yeah.
Well, that's sort of the end of our questions. Thanks for that. But can you show us around your boat and point out all the stuff as we go?
Yep, but there's bits that are a mess at the moment.
Okay.
Where I sort of piled the mess into each end.
You know the messy bit.
Okay. So welcome to Fika. We've got a nav station. We've just got the hydraulics in bits at the moment. So our vang, we had a slight leak and the hydraulics is accessed through that cupboard.
Wow.
And the other issue we had was the regulator for the alternator had blown up, and so we were it was putting in too many volts. So that's why the nav area is sort of in a turmoil. We're just trying to get all that sorted. That's our pride.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Reefing except for the third wreck, so we hopefully won't have to come up to the mast too often.
Yep.
So we've just got to boom bang off while we get it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So that's Fika.
So nice. It's the nicest boat I've ever been in.